Right, come and look at these, Pete. In the old end. Yeah. So left hand one with a takeaway now. We just sort of watch this club. So again, setup's pretty decent, okay? Hands are now nicely working. So look at the gap between the white line here on the screen and your hands. Your hands are creating space from that, which is good. So your hands are working around nicely, but that left wrist now sort of folding and bowing. The club head now is around about here. Just getting a bit sort of stuck behind you. Now the elbow's going to start now separating because obviously that left arm now dragging across your chest.
Yeah.
I mean, your right arm's got to sort of get out of the way, get that club head up in the back. So, you know, the club at this point now looks quite low and quite flat. I mean, underneath that sort of white line of your chest there on your top. For me now, you've got that left arm so dragged across. The only way back down to the golf ball you can go is back over the top. So these movements here now seem massively exaggerated, okay? Club head's there. It's literally on line with your hands, okay? I think you did one, and again, you can see the club face there working up your forearm again nicely, okay? There was like the second or third one, that was a little bit more, but still not anywhere near bad. This next one I think is a little bit more exaggerated. Even then, I mean, the club head is there as it works back up the arm there now. Not that. Yeah. If you saw that position there, you'd be like, okay, just turn the torso. Now look how much more your left arm now is in position from your chest. All you've done there is just do that, but rather than that, So you'd move in your body. I think sometimes when it gets a little bit tired on the golf course, or you say lose the will to live, it's taking a long time, the body gets a bit lazy and your arms going to just swipe around you a little bit more. It must be this. That was a good one again there. So it's good there. Yeah. That was that was the Matt Wolf one of the. But even so, it's not that. I mean, that there, as horrendous as that. If we measure from where the club head is and your hands are there, I mean that's probably the sort of length of your shoe, just about, maybe a little bit more. Yeah. But if we compare where the club is there and where your hands are there, that's nearly double. So what felt horrendous, and that's why it felt really weird, because obviously it's a lot further forward than what you were used to on this left-hand one. But even as weird as that felt, it's not that exaggerated. I'd rehearse that exaggerated one there as much as you can. Get that sensation. There you go, that's a good one there. Yeah. So the club's staying outside your hand. So the hip is still moving, the shoulder's still moving, the hands are still moving in and around, but the club head is staying outside. This is going to be the same for obviously all clubs in your bag, through the driver, through the irons and stuff. Then when we hit it for that rehearsals, we'll see where the club head is now. So almost a little bit of wrist hinge as we go back there. Club head now is probably somewhere in about this window here, because I can't see it on the green there. As we then start going back, there's the club head there, so that's already more upright. And now when that club is in this position, it's a bit more up here. Your left arm getting a bit more above that white line on your top. Yeah. Now there's still a little bit of over the top slightly there, because obviously you're still used to getting your left arm here and chucking it over. Sure. But once we get that feeling of where the arms are and you've got the ability to let the arms drop, then they'll work better. I think it's definitely something you fall into, that steepening on the downswing. You said, I feel it. But I think what we've got to be careful of is not to try and stop the club getting too steep by just dragging it behind you too far. Yes. Yeah, the steepening on the downswing for you is a downswing issue. Yeah. And I think sometimes you try to fix it or mask it by swinging flat on the way down and go, okay, well, if I swing way underneath, play on the way back, and then come over the top, I may not be too far away. But then you're relying a lot on guesswork and timing. And then, as I say, if the body stops moving and the arms get too far dragged behind you, now you're doing it with that sort of slappy kind of shot, which again, from a sort of power perspective or speed perspective, you're going to lose speed. Yeah. When you're trying it at wedges and you can't really compress the golf ball that way with a shorter iron, so you sort of get those sort of high floaty ones and just don't, especially in windy conditions, if you're hitting a wedge, sort of just, it's going to kill your yardage. Okay, so rehearse that takeaway as much as you can, almost to the point where you feel it quite exaggerated. A good drill to practice, I don't know if you've done this before, put an alignment stick underneath the grip. Okay, make some swings and the alignment stick basically should be rubbing down your leg there, yeah? If the club head stays out in front, so if I brought a club 2 secs, if I had an alignment stick up here, if I keep the hinge here, if that club's going down my leg, if you go like that, it will come off. So you've got the axis and you can do that. Just as a takeaway sort of drill, just to get the feeling in the rehearsal. The one point to remember is the hands want to still work inside. Don't get your hands going outside to stop the club going inside. Well, exactly, because then your arms start getting disconnected. Okay, so you still want the arms working in and around this way as the hips turn here, but that club staying outside the hand because of what your thumbs and wrists are doing, just not letting the club whip inside. Okay, mate? So work on that takeaway and then just rehearse that as much as you can to the point where it becomes more and more natural. And then when it comes to swinging a golf club, you just swing as normal and just hit the ball, yeah? Don't try and think about that too much during the swing, obviously. Maybe as a little thought, Just feel that sort of wrist hinge going down a smidgen. Okay, don't do it too much, obviously, because then you might overly cut, but that sensation of that club working down, the butt end going down the club stays outside more. Okay, buddy?
No, all good.